Welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play Podcast, your daily dose of strategies, insights, and action steps to grow your business and build your freedom. It's time to stop playing small and start making power plays.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right. So we're not going to keep you long today. We're just going to dive right into it. And of course, we're going to keep in the spirit of everything. And today's topic is gratitude as a power move, right? So how saying thank you and feeling thankful actually rewires your brain, your body, and your entire reality. We're going to get into that because for some of you, you may know, I absolutely love studying like spirituality, metaphysics, just everything, all in that realm. So we're definitely going to dive in, and I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned over the years that's definitely helped me and has helped a lot of other folks that I've worked with. So gratitude. When I mention gratitude, I'm not talking about the fake, oh, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for this dry ass turkey. No, we're not talking about that, okay? A lot of times that's all people talk about at the dinner table on Thanksgiving. Am I right or am I right? Right? So I'm talking about the kind of gratitude that literally changes the way that your brain works. It shifts your energy and it even shows up in your physical body. Okay. Because a lot of people treat gratitude like a seasonal decoration. Something that you pull out in November, park it on the table, and then pack it back in the box when Black Friday sales hit. But real gratitude is not just a holiday, it's a power move. Okay, so today we're going to talk about this. I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. One is what gratitude does to your mind. 2, we're going to cover what it does to both your energy and your reality. And then 3, we're going to talk about what it does to your body. Then I'm going to give you a few simple practices that you can start doing today, preferably before you cut somebody out in the Target parking lot for Black Friday. Okay, so let's start off with the psychology of gratitude. All right, so we're going to start with the mind. When you hear gratitude, you probably think of maybe journaling, some candles and stuff like that, right? Right. The whole write 3 things you're grateful for every night, right? Real cute. Pinterest loves that kind of stuff or whatever. But here's what's actually happening behind all that. Your brain has a little gatekeeper called the Reticular Activating System. Okay. So we're just going to call it RAS. Let's call it RAS. Your friend Raz, so we don't feel like we're in biology class, okay? So Raz, this is like your brain's personal assistant, okay? His or her, whoever you want Raz to be for you, their entire job is to filter what gets your attention. Our brains are stimulated so much by so many of our senses all day, every day, including when you're asleep. Your brain needs something to help you out, have that filter for you. Okay. So if you're constantly thinking certain things and it goes past your filter, I'll just give you an example. Okay. If you're constantly thinking, oh, nothing ever works out for me, people always let me down, I'm always broke. Well, that Raz is going to be like, oh, nothing works. Get let down. Stay broke. Cool. Let me go find some more proof of that. And then you start noticing every inconvenience, every bill, every person who's irritated you, and your brain starts to build this reality and build a case for, see, this is what life is like. Now let's flip it. Okay. When you train your brain with gratitude, right? It's real specific gratitude. Like, I'm grateful I woke up without pain today, or I'm grateful that my kids made me laugh this morning. Then you're giving your Raz new instructions. Okay. You're basically saying, hey, I want you to look for everything that's working. I want you to highlight what's good in my life. And then over time, your brain starts bringing up more of that and fetching and returning more of that to you. You'll start noticing your small wins more. You'll feel moments of joy that you used to rush past. You'll see options and opportunities where before you only saw problems, right? It's the same life. It's the same circumstances. It's just a different filter that you're seeing it through, different lens. So gratitude doesn't mean that you're delusional and you're pretending that everything is perfect. It just means you refuse to let your problems be the only thing that takes up space in your mind. Okay. And there's even a term, your confirmation bias, right? The more that you're biased towards, certain thoughts, certain beliefs, the more likely your brain is going to look for things to confirm that. So it's also that involved as well. Okay. So, psychologically, this is huge because people who practice gratitude will consistently report things like higher life satisfaction, better moods, lower stress, lower anxiety, and lower symptoms of depression. So you're not just writing things down in a cute little journal. You are literally retraining your brain, reprogramming your focus, which changes how you experience life. Okay. So now let's get into the metaphysics of gratitude real quick. Okay. We're talking your energy, your vibe, your reality. You may have heard people say gratitude raises your vibration. And some folks are like, that's cute, but what the hell that mean? So here's my translation for it. Gratitude is a state of being that you step into. So when you're in that state of gratitude, your inner dialogue will shift from I never have enough to look how much I actually do have, because it's pretty crazy. Right. I actually had one time I read some book where it was just helping you to just kind of get clear in life, get clear on what it is that you want. And gratitude was a part of it. And one of the things that was an assignment for me to do was to clean out my closet. I said, oh, hell no, I'm about to put this book down. Clean my closet. Oh, hell. But I did it. And the thing was, we were supposed to get rid of anything that we hadn't worn in the last 6 months, or anything that had a little tatter, or the clothing where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get that fixed later. It's just a little stitch. Get rid of all that, right? Whether you gave it away or tossed it out or whatever, right? Depending on the condition of it. And the objective was not to say, look at all this junk. The objective was to appreciate everything that you have and know that you have so much that you can actually give some things away, or that you have so much that, it's just piling up. And so those types of things, when I went through my closet, I was like, wow, I really do have a lot more than I say I do. I always say I don't have any clothes, I don't have any shoes, I don't have any this, I don't have any that. But when I really looked at it, I was like, ooh, this is excessive. And a lot of stuff. Okay. And it actually made me realize I don't need a lot of things. I don't need as many things as I thought I did. I don't need things to be as, this bigger, better, and lots of type of thing to make me happy. So that definitely helped me more than I realized it would, just reading a book. Okay. Also, things that tend to happen is you go from thinking things like, oh, nothing ever works out, to I'm still standing. I made it. The doors have opened for me before, and they're going to continue opening for me again and again. And that kind of state will change the decisions you make, the risks that you're willing to take, the way that you talk to people, and even how you carry yourself. And I used to get that a lot because growing up, I was always like grateful. I felt very privileged. I always got what I wanted. So I just had this attitude of, I expect good things. And I've been like that since a little child. Okay. And even growing up, I had people looking at me with the stank face. Who she thinks she is? Oh, She always get to get that. She always get to have that. She always makes the good grades. Of course, she's on the Palm Squad. Because I'm used to getting what I want. And I think that started with that belief as a child. I want this, I'm going to get it. And I did. And so that became a belief of mine. When there is something that Val wants, Val deserves to receive it, and she will. And then I do. It's about training your brain and being in that state of being and becoming that, right? The state of being, and not just doing things. Gratitude isn't about doing the action of writing in the journal. It's about being in a state where you can write about the good things in your life. Being the person that is grateful, knowing that you have everything that you need and even want. And the things that you want that you do not have yet are on the way. Stuff like that. Okay. So if you believe deep down that you are supported, that provision shows up for you, that good things do happen for you, you start moving differently. You ask for things expecting to receive. You apply for things, you follow up, you send that email, you make those offers. And from a spiritual perspective, gratitude is like telling God, I see what you already did. I recognize it. I honor it. I'm open for more. It's being in alignment and in agreement. So you stop arguing for your limitations, trying to hold on to them. It's called excuses. A lot of people call it reasons. It's an excuse. I'm limited. I can't do this. I can't do that. And yet you serve an unlimited God that is abundantly loving, abundantly full of resources. And you sitting up there talking about, yeah, but problem. Time to rewire the brain. So when people talk about attracting more with gratitude, yes, it sounds a little woo-woo, but there's really actually some things going on. And that is your focus changes. And when your focus changes, you start noticing things that weren't there before. You start noticing more opportunities, for example. Your energy changes. People start to feel safer and more drawn to you because your energy goes from, I don't have enough, I'm inadequate, to I'm more than enough. Sometimes I might be too much for people. Right? And you're so not full of yourself, but proud of yourself, proud of your existence, proud of your identity and who you are. And that attracts people. Nobody likes the insecure, person lacking confidence. They like the confident person, the happy person. And you can be genuinely happy when you're in that state, that you know who you are and you love that person. Right. Also, your behavior changes, right? You take actions that create better outcomes. You can literally make better decisions when you practice gratitude. So, does gratitude magically drop money bags and soulmate clients out of the sky? For me, no, but it does create the internal conditions that make those things way more likely. Okay. Gratitude is like turning on the radio and tuning your inner radio from everything sucks FM, right? To things are opening up for me FM. Okay. That station. And the songs that come through on those stations, those are totally different playlists, child. So what kind of music do you want in your life? Okay. All right. So last but not least, let's talk about the physical effects of gratitude. Okay. Because now it's time to bring it all the way down to the body, because this part right here is wild. It's wild. You ready? Okay, here we go. So gratitude isn't just something that you think or you feel, right? Your body actually reacts to it. This is biology here and physiology. When you practice gratitude regularly, your nervous system calms down a little bit. Your stress response chills out a little bit. Your body gets a break from being in constant fight or flight mode. Okay. Chronic stress, that cortisol, it's like having your body stuck on emergency all the time. your heart racing, your muscles all tense, digestion is all off, your sleep is trash. Gratitude is one of those practices that signals safety to your system. Okay. So people who build consistent gratitude often report sleeping better. Child, I'll be sleeping so good. I have the best sleep schedule ever. I do not use alarm clocks, and yet I wake up at the same time every morning. Within a 30-minute period, I am up. I'm just done sleeping. And I wake up refreshed. I wake up happy and excited to start my day. Like, child, okay. Anyway, people report sleeping better, feeling less tense, fewer stress headaches, more steady energy instead of crashing and burning, right? Feeling those, little spurt here and then you lose it, right? So I want you to think about the chain reaction here, okay? When you're sleeping better and your stress is lower, you're making better choices when it comes to your food. You're more likely to move your body, right? Which keeps you in shape, right? Keeps you fit. You're more patient with people, which improves relationships. And you're less likely to spiral into that, I'm failing at life narrative. So yeah, gratitude might be cute for the gram, right? But it's also a really accessible way to support not only your mental, but also your physical health. So again, this is not a cure-all. It doesn't replace therapy, okay? It doesn't replace your doctor's visits or medication and none of that, but it is a very powerful, side effect-free habit that supports everything else that you're doing to be well. All right, so I promised you this. Let me toss this at you real quick, and I'm gonna let you get back to your Thanksgiving, child, okay? So let's talk about those simple gratitude practices that you can start today, because I promised I'd give it to you. Now, here I am with the delivery. So let's make this practical. I'm going to give you a few things that you can literally start today in under 5 minutes without buying a single thing. This don't cost you nothing. Love don't cost a thing, apparently. Well, neither does gratitude, okay? So number 1, the 3-thing nightly reset, okay? Before you go to bed, write down 3 specific things from today that you're grateful for. And next to each one, write why you're grateful. So instead of, I'm grateful for my family, I want you to make it, I'm grateful my sister called and checked on me today because it reminded me that I'm loved and I'm not alone. See, you got to go deeper. If you ain't never met a deep thinker before, congratulations, you just met me. All right. So the specificity matters. It trains your brain to look for real moments, deep moments, to the level of spirituality at points, right? So not just these generic, Hallmark answers. Okay. So now number 2, the gratitude text. The gratitude text. Once a day, send a person a quick text. Hey, I appreciate you for blank. And that's it. Now this part, this ain't got to be deep. This ain't got to be deep. Okay. It's just spreading love and appreciation. Okay. So you can say, I appreciate you for always making me laugh. I appreciate you for listening to me vent. I appreciate you for showing up for me when I was struggling. You will be surprised how that tiny message softens their day and yours. Okay. Now it's time for number 3, body gratitude. Body gratitude. And you do this in the shower, child. So when you're in the shower or you're getting dressed or what have you, pick a body part. Keep it clean, everybody. And say out loud, thank you, body part, for blank. Now, let me give y'all some examples, because sometimes there's some weirdos on the live stream. So I'm giving you what I mean. So, for example, thank you, legs, for carrying me. Thank you, heart, for beating, even on days when I didn't treat you right. Thank you, lungs, for breathing while I'm over here stressing out over emails. Right? Thank you, subconscious mind, for keeping my whole body system running, even when I'm asleep. Right? It might feel silly at first, but over time, that will shift you from hating your body to appreciating it as your partner in this life. When you really stop to think about how your body works, you're like, what? Oh my God, my alarm just went off. I gotta go check the turkey, y'all. I gotta hurry and get off of here. Okay. The contrast flip. This is number 4. So the contrast flip. I want you to take one thing that has been annoying you, and I want you to flip it. And I wish somebody in my family could come down here and cut off this timer. Okay. So, like I said, take one thing that's been annoying you and flip it. Okay. The dishes. Child, let me tell you, as mom, that be getting on my nerves sometimes. So when you look at your dishes, instead of saying, why the hell all these dishes in this sink all dirty and nasty, say this. This means I have food to eat and a beautiful home to get dirtied up. Just think that for a moment so you can shift your energy and then figure out who's gonna wash them dishes. Okay. Noisy kids. Back in my day, when my kids were little, they're in their 20s now, but sometimes that was a little crazy. I mean, I sent them off to their own rooms. They'd be noisy in there. I didn't care. But if you don't have that luxury, or, you're just not having it that day, then you could say, you know what? Those noisy kids means that there are little humans here who still feel safe enough to be themselves around me. Child, I just watched The Perfect Neighbor last night. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it. I should. And I'm just like, this lady's so hateful that these kids are just trying to enjoy. Like, they are enjoy, ENJOY. They were also in joy, IN, next word, joy, JOY. They were in a state of joy and fun, loving each other, caring for each other, playing with each other. And this lady couldn't stand it. She's policing their joy. I don't understand that. They're just kids, right? Anyway, if you didn't watch that documentary, you can watch it, don't watch it. I don't care. I was just bringing that up as an example that, yeah, sometimes kids will be noisy, but they're still beautiful. Okay. And you can probably distract them with some other things to do, like play something with them. Hey, go play Candyland. I don't know. Again, we're not pretending that the annoyance doesn't exist. We're just expanding the story so it's not only negative. Okay. So in closing, here's what I want you to remember today. Okay. Gratitude is not about ignoring your pain. It's about refusing to let your pain be the only lens you look through. Psychologically, it upgrades your focus. Energetically, it changes how you show up in the world. Physically, it signals safety to your body and it supports your health. And that's why I say gratitude is not just being thankful and just saying words or writing words. It's a strategy also. It's a power move for life as well as business. So as you go through this day, whether your Thanksgiving looks like a big family gathering or a quiet day at home by yourself or with a small group, or honestly, if it's just another Thursday for you, I want you to pause and ask, where can I find one small, honest moment of gratitude right now? Not fake, not forced, just real. Okay? So if this episode hit home for you, I want you to do me a favor. Screenshot it, save it. You can save it to your playlist, child. Share it with your to your stories, share it with friends, what have you. And also tag me or comment here with one thing that you're grateful for this season. Okay. And if you're ready to go deeper into building a life that feels more peaceful, more abundant, more aligned, not just on holidays, but every day, I'll be sure to drop some resources for you inside the description. Okay. All right, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Gratitude Day. And we'll see you back here in the next episode. Bye.